guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Archituber. I'm Architect Vivi and I share content related to architecture and interiors. If you are interested, then please keep on watching. In the previous video, we discussed about the Near East civilization and Mesopotamian civilization and architecture, okay? So in this video, we will be discussing about the Mesopotamian cities in detail. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Also, we will be discussing about Indus Valley civilization in the next video. If you are interested, please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel below. Now let's get into the video.
So in the previous video, we discussed about the Sumerian city. Now we are going to be talking about the Assyrian city, the Babylonian city and the Persian city. Okay, so let's start with the Assyrian city. Now let's talk about the Assyrian city. As you can see in the map, it is just above the Iraq and the Tigris river. Okay, the Assyria is the name for a part of ancient Mesopotamia. Okay, the principal cities of Assyria were Nineveh, Dun, Khorsabad, Nimrud and Assur. Okay, the Assyrians were great warriors and hunters, and this was reflected in their art too. If you can see the picture number 2, there are different types of paintings on the wall which are indicating the battles and the wars. Okay, they produced violent sculptures and relief carving in stone that was used to be the ornament for their houses. During the Assyrian periods, temples lost their importance to palaces. Assyrian kings built walled cities in which palaces took precedence over religious buildings. Okay. Now let's discuss about the Khorsabad Palace of Assyria. Palaces were raised on brick platforms and their principal entranceways were flanked by guardian figures of human-headed bulls or lions of stones. Their halls and corridors were lined with pictures and inscriptions carved in relief on stone slabs up to 9 feet high. The interiors were richly decorated and luxurious. The walls of cities were usually strengthened by many towers serving as defensive positions. The city of Khorsabad demonstrates the might and authority of the Assyrian kings. It is also at this place that remains of Assyrian architecture can be found. Khorsabad was designed as the royal capital of Assyria. The city was built on a flat land with an area of about a square mile and was enclosed by a double wall with 7 city gates. Now as you can see in the plan, each side of the wall has 2 gates and one has 1 gate. Okay, so 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 are the gates. Then the 8 means the palace of Sargon. Then 9 being citadel. Then 10 is the temple near the gate number 7. 11 is the residence and 12 is the palace. Only a part of city including palaces and temples and administrative headquarters was built. The palaces was located on northwest side of the city. Now talking about the palace of Sargon. The palace is approached at the ground level through a walled citadel. Within the citadel is found the main palace, 2 minor palaces and a temple dedicated to Nagu. The main palace was set on the platform located on the northern side of the citadel. All the buildings within the citadel were arranged around the courtyards. The palace was arranged around 2 major courtyards, about which were grouped smaller courtyards. The palace consisted of large and smaller rooms, with the throne room being the largest one. The building was decorated with relief sculptures and glazed bricks. Now let's talk about the Babylonian city and architecture. The capital of Old Babylon was enlarged and heavily fortified. It was also adorned with magnificent new buildings. The traditional style of Mesopotamian buildings reached at its peak during this period. Traditional buildings was enhanced by a new form of facade ornament consisting of figures designed in color glazed brickwork. The Babylonian Empire was around 606 to 536 BC. The main palace of Babylonian city, Nebuchadnezzar's palace, covered a land area of 900 feet by 600 feet. It had administrative offices, barracks, the king's harem, private apartment, all arranged around 5 courtyards. The palace is also praised for its legendary hanging gardens. This is recorded as one of the 7 wonders of ancient world, but exact knowledge of nature of the garden is not known. The temple and towers were also prominent architectural elements of Babylon. The legendary Tower of Babel, located at the end of Procession Street, is mentioned in the Christian Bible. There is also no information about the design and construction of the tower. Most of it available on the tower is hypothetical. The city of Babylon is shaped in the form of quadrangle sitting across and pierced by the Euphrates River. The city was surrounded by a fortification of double walls, as you can see in the plan. This had defensive towers that project well above the walls. The walls also had a large moat in the front, which was also used for navigation. The length of the wall and the moat is about 5¼ miles. The city had a palace, Nebuchadnezzar's palace, located on the northern side of the outer wall. As you can see in the plan, there are different types of gates. So let's learn about one of the gates known as Ishtar Gate. Okay. Now let's talk about the Ishtar Gate. From the palace originated a procession street that cuts through the city, raised above the ground to the Tower of Babel. The procession street enters the city through the famous Ishtar Gate. The Ishtar Gate is built across the double walls of the city fortification, as we saw in the plan. The gate had a pair of projecting towers on each wall, as you can see in the picture number 2. All the facades of gates and adjoining streets were façaded with blue glazed bricks and ornamented figures of animals, lions, bulls and dragons. These were modeled in relief and glazed in other colors. None of the buildings of old Babylon has survived to the present age. Let's discuss about the Persian city and architecture. We will be discussing about in detail in a separate video, but for now, in Bronze Age, let's learn. The Persian Empire started in about 560 BC when Cyrus the Great from the province of Fars swept over the region with his powerful cavalry. By the end of the century, Cyrus and his successors Darius I and Xerxes had conquered the entire civilization world from the Indus to Danube River, with the exception of Greece. It was wish of the Persians to construct great buildings. They were to achieve greatness with their architectural solutions. The architectural solutions were a synthesis of ideas gathered almost all parts of their empire and from the Greeks and Egyptians. Their materials of construction was also from different locations. Material included mud brick from Babylon, wooden roofs beams from Lebanon, precious materials from India and Egypt, stone columns quarried and carved by Ionic Greeks. Despite sourcing materials and ideas from different areas, their architecture was original and distinctive in style.
And yes, I hope that you like the video. And if you do, please do not forget to like, comment and share with your architecture students, friends, and subscribe to my channel below. I will see you very soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.